And these guys are still at it. And really, why am I still keeping these guys in squares? That's a good question. The answer is because of fear of cavalry. What cavalry, you say? What cavalry could you possibly fear? And I say, good question. All of them are completely gone. So I can actually take them out of the square and make them do useful stuff. Like killing enemies. Instead of killing friendlies. It's a revelation. I didn't know those units could be used like that. Neither did I, apparently. Those guys don't have a single cannon left, so rather go after the technically general, but in effect just cavalry, which is good nonetheless. Oh yeah, look at this. Like, see almost the entire square. And this is guys like shooting at stuff like here and hitting just the wall of my own units being placed there. Really, really brutal, and I feel sorry for them. Also, this unit right there can just take a timeout. They are quite damaged. Once again, so are a lot of my other units, but that is the unit that I think is most damaged, and also that is the unit I can see with my own eyes are pretty hurt. Okay, now they're actually being smart, shooting at me from outside their range. So let's be as smart as that and advance and get into that range. On a side note, I actually think, yeah, that was the, of course I'm forgetting the name of the place, but it was the battle in the Austrian-Prussian War of 1871, or maybe it was like 68, 69 or something, somewhere along there. And the Prussian tactic was basically to get inside the range of the Austrian units, which sounds crazy, but the gun sight was prepped at like how much? It was like 700 meters or something. So I can't remember perfectly, but at least they got like closer than that, and that fucked up with the range and everything, and they actually missed all the shots because they were shooting like the enemy was further away, and they didn't actually adjust the sights to that. Also, they had a gun, the Dreise, something like that, a needle gun, which only problem with that was the range, and the major and revolutionary design of it was that it had a bullets. It well, you can place a complete cartridge and not try to murder your own men, by the way, which apparently I'm doing, which I need to stop. There we go. But you can place an entire bullet. It was, what is it? A bolt action, and so it could fire off much more than the Austrians could. But the problems that they had then, and what played to the Austrians' advantage, was really the range. So once they got into the range and actually passed the expected range, they just killed and completely demolished the Austrian army. And that is the major battle that led. That's the main battle that led to the Prussian victory in that war. Was it Königsgrätz? I think that might have been the battle. The name of the battle. So look it up. It's a really interesting battle. I've read a bit about it, and it's a really fascinating battle. And I'm really fascinated by the weapon, the Dreise, however you pronounce that, needle gun. The first real chamber loader. Well, not the first real chamber loader, but the first real like bolt action, where you can actually put in an entire charge and have it been shot. I don't think it was the first into military service, but that is because it was actually kept locked away for a long period of time. I think it was invented in the 1830s. Maybe as early as that, maybe earlier, but at least many years before it entered service. And then It was supposed to be like a secret weapon for a war. For a potential war with either, yeah, Austria or France or something like that. And as you can see, it certainly did help. I think maybe like the Danish, Swedish or Norwegian army actually used a bolt action first in like their standard equipment, or it might have been another nation, but I know that the Reese needle gun is actually the first one being made. And once again, this is different from the chamber loading rifle, which is for example the Ferguson rifle, which I know one of the rifle units in this very game, actually use one of the British units. So once again, the special thing is that the charge is being put in as one complete package, and you don't have to pour in the powder separately and do all that jazz. But the long and potentially boring story, if you're not into that, has finally come to an end. And so has this battle. There we go. I think we're good. End battle. Heroic. Oh yeah. Just what I like to see. They have 800 men remaining. Apparently the rest of them fled completely. So that is that dealt with. How is the actually looking? Pretty snazzy. Bankruptcy. No, this unhappiness actually goes down. That might be the source of some of the unhappiness around. Might be. Let's see. No, apparently not, but here it was actually a factor. Let's see, try to take a look at other cities. No, apparently only the ones that don't like me. Shock. Let's see, so I'll just make them not pay taxes for a little while. And then I'll go and attack this and go right there. I'll recruit some units to have in garrison, and then we should be able to revert back to actually have them pay taxes. Or do I... yeah, I might... actually want them to continue paying taxes, actually. Oh, Napoleon Total War. What a game. It's really one of the absolute best Total War games. In my humble opinion. I think that is really it for this turn. Not really much else to do. Yeah, end turn, see what happens. So obviously, what happened was my economy being destroyed, and all that fun stuff. Poverty control laws are now in effect. That's really, really good. And that brings this to being neutral, and resistance to foreign occupation is going down. Once again, really, really good. On the other hand, this, not so much. But apparently we still are in the positive. And I think, yeah, we must have gained some sort of bonus, somehow, somewhere. Interesting. Let's see, also another thing. When it said provinces, does it mean provinces I own? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16. Might be counting something wrong here, but it might also count the region controlled by my protectorates, and that actually makes sense. But what I can do now is, well, I can go down here, take the entire army. Of course, that leaves these guys to be able to do some shenanigans on Berlin itself. But I have a decent general defending that, so that should be okay. And then I can just do like this. Take all of you guys. Eliminate the artillery. Not eliminate it, but just leave it behind. Reach it. Demand surrender, and there we go. Peacefully occupy. Because apparently this is also a core region of Prussia and I can't free it. Curses. They want to give this away as well? I don't think so, actually. I think I'll keep it and eventually use it to capture Warsaw and then Königsberg when that is needed. And try to hold off when Russia is surely going to try to beat me down. When I get provinces that are close to their borders. Long way from Moscow. It's certainly a long way off. As Napoleon did actually come to find out eventually. Okay, can I repair you? I'll repair the most important stuff. And that is of course also the most expensive stuff, so never mind. Let's see, I need a garrison here. That is no question about it. So try to get some units, there we go. Build up garrison here in case of further British naval invasions. Napoleon is still on his way. Let's see. So, I need one unit, just poke out and try to find the Russian army, which I know is hiding. There we go. It has been brought out into light. Oh, also, Kutuzov. Anyway, the main Russian general has come out. Oh, did I press? Well, that was unnecessary, so I'll just give it up right away. Also, it's an ambush battle, which makes it even more fun. This might actually be a a decent visual. Also, the frame rate is going to be complete and utter crap when, well, it actually wasn't, so never mind. Reach artillery! Do something about it! No, I'm just going to be mauled by hussars. Russian hussars, that is. Look at this. Pretty fine, actually. Okay, to the bitter end. And with one fell swoop, my general is dead. Also, these should have routed the moment the battle started, really. Well, if I'm lucky, I can kill the enemy general. And the square is smaller, being dwindled down to a smaller and smaller unit. On the bright side, this is causing a lot of friendly damage. This really is causing a lot of friendly damage. Oh, jeez. This is actually really good for me. Sacrifice of one unit, having them kill how many of their men? Lots and lots, that is for certain. Also, here comes the musketeers. Just take a look at them. Apparently we can't, we're not allowed to. But they still serve their main purpose, somehow surviving, but secondly, bringing the Russian army out into daylight. Okay, I don't think I have, no, I don't think I have any militia units. That is very, 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 very good. Let's bring out some proper units and bring out some elites and change them with some fluff I have lying around. Let's see. Yeah, I have skirmishers, which I don't really use. There we go. And I definitely did something wrong there. Try that again. There we go. And I'm somehow missing 2 units. Let's fix that. There we go. So they do have a lot of artillery, but I actually do have more men once again with awesome morale. Actually, so do those guys. Also Cossack cavalry. Yeah, some of them really did take a lot of damage, which is, as you might imagine, really, really good for me. Irish, looking strong, also some Swiss, I think. It's a bit hard to tell. We also have some reinforcements, interestingly enough, like, is that 1200 it says? Let's see, 160, that's like 300. Yeah, that should be around there, shouldn't it be? Yeah, seems about right. So, around 12,000 against 8,300. And the balance bar says it should be fairly equal. So, have at it. Okay, they're actually placing very, very defensively here. That's understandable, certainly. Do they exclusively have 6-pounders? Apparently, which means I can outrange them with 8-pounders and some 12-pounders. They do have more, but as I said before the battle, I have more of them. And that is in men, of course. Okay, as I usually do, take a look at the range. It will not reach them, not yet anyway, so I'll need to go like this long a distance. And that is, let's see, at least here with the 12-pounders and maybe like here when it comes to the 8-pounders. So let's go for that. We have a lot of units. That is not a lie. Definitely not. I actually think I will have them like this. Like this is being like this has been put up. Except for some minor things. I think I'll take all of you on one line. There we go. Yeah, make an open spot. Why not? Cavalry, cavalry, cavalry. Let's see, I'll split up the chasseur. I think I usually do that. Also, you can be there. Napoleon, yeah, you can be like in the middle, behind this line. And you. And you. There we go. So, all men of France and some expatriate infantry, or mercenary infantry, advance. Actually, just make sure that I limbered the artillery. Oh, forgot about how slow this is. Well, I'll just get him in motion and take it from there, really. Boring! Of course, the alternative is to group everything, and you know how disastrous that can turn out when I'm involved. For some reason. It doesn't like me. It really, really doesn't like me. Okay, so now what we do is we deselect the artillery and just continue. To like, actually this fits well with the hill, you see right here? It appears to be at least. Of course I'm walking into the range of the artillery, which might not be the best of ideas, but oh well. That will just be the way of things. So, run these guys. Let's see. 8 pounders. 12 pounders, I mean. That's right, you can be there. Actually, take you guys and put you there so we don't stack. And then place you guys a bit. Just a bit. Willy-nilly. There we go. So, how does this look? Actually, looks pretty damn fine. Yeah, this really does look fine. So, how many men are we here? Like 20,000? Yeah, this is like full-scale battle. 20,000 men involved. This is why I love Darthmods. Just the numbers you get the battles up to. Musketeers. Well, it doesn't hurt that every musketeer unit is 400 men when it comes to the Russians. Also, Guardian is 320 men. Yeah, I have my own at okay, actually the same exact number, so never mind. I'm actually on the low ground right here. Well, just have to deal with that. Of course, soon we have to deal with enemy artillery, which will be quite fun. And the general is running away. Okay, I know this will fuck up the camera, but I just want to go there quickly. And didn't want to try to find out which unit I had to click on to get there fast. Okay, what are you doing, my dear sir? Also, try to do the old trick of going here and then fire at will. And that didn't happen in time, apparently. Or fire at will, but they actually broke immediately, so I didn't have to worry too much. Okay, then do this and just wipe them out completely with a solid volley of 118 men firing their weapon simultaneously. A really good good two-kick punch there. So, finally, our artillery can be unlimbered. There we go. Now all of our artillery is operational, and hopefully they don't destroy each other too much. Okay, I don't think they will try a cavalry attack. Never mind. Forgot how much cavalry they actually have. How much cavalry they have to spare. Okay, so you're blowing your load already. That's not going to go down well. Yep, not a single kill. But that is actually to be expected, so there's that.
A glorious victory, sir.
The horse artillery is actually in a very good position here. And also quite an exposed position, by the way. Speaking of exposed, his left flank is really exposed. So if I do like this, Actually pile all of them up like this. And then do this. And over on the other flank, stuff is happening, I think. Or maybe not. Anyway, let's try the old trick and try to be a bit better with timing. That seemed to be... It seemed to be kind of the fault in the previous attack. But that was against these guys, not the cavalry, which is really, really good. There we go. Fire! No. That didn't work. Instead, those guys got a shot to the face. And by those guys, I mean my guys. But on the bright side, they did get a charge off. The other side, I'm getting charged. Also, I'm getting shot in the back. Actually take these guys off. And wow, is this getting charged. But this line right here is so deep that it's actually quite cavalry proof, so I don't have to worry too much. Let's see, I'm just tracking where the cavalry is going next. I'm just trying to deal with that. Actually, just... well... do I want them to just charge? Well, I want them to just charge this, that is for sure. If you want to sacrifice a general, go ahead. I'm all for that. For you sacrificing your general, that is. Okay, redeploy a bit. That is most cavalry boarded off, isn't it? Also, enemy general is wounded, even though the announcer said killed. Let's see, chasseur. Do what you're made for. And unfortunately for you, that does not involve killing friendly players. Killing friendly... God damn it. Can't you wait to shoot your load for like 2 seconds? Okay, let's see. Do they have any cavalry remaining? They do. They have Cossacks after Hussars, after Cossacks, but most of them are actually routed by now. There we go, now we can fire as much as you would like. These Cossacks are actually undamaged, strangely enough. They're trying to find the single unit which is unprotected or are not in the square and going after them, which is really good on their part, of course, but it always fails because I, more often than not, actually manage to get into square on time, so it kind of negates the whole thing, and it's just a suicide by then. Oh, 2 full units of Cossack cavalry. Not the best to go up against. Try to rush in with melee infantry and see if we can help out. Also, try to shoot these guys in the side. Hopefully that will work. They are very blobby right now. Yeah, I have more cavalry, so try to get them to into use. Turn off fire at will, because we see what happens when I have fire at will on. Okay, they're actually hitting the intended targets. Really, really great. Oh, the guard units are actually getting quite mauled here. And I think that is by musket fire. Yeah, that appears to be musket fire. Maybe a stray cannonball or two. This is also an interesting position. Like a solid line of infantry, and then... oh, the old guys are getting mauled, by the way. But then just squares. Squares online. There we go. Advance, push up. Actually pull you like that. Hopefully that will decrease the damage taken. Also, look at this. Look at all those kills I can take. Going on a charge, I see. That's original. Also, you should have broken by now. Seriously. Okay, they gave up the charge apparently. Probably just until I... Well, are they seriously going after these guys? They might be, which is really, really weird. Huh. Okay, I can just take everything and go after you, I guess. All the cavalry has gone behind your lines. Apparently they have reached the red line. So we can use them elsewhere. I guess we can use them here. Toggle on fire it will eventually. Let's see. There you go. Take off charge. Take off melee attack and rather just shoot them. Try to, anyway. There we go. And then gone back on melee mode. And they are finally broken. So they actually figured out that it was not a good idea to just go happily charging into me. Sprint in. Okay, let's see. Once again, try to do as much damage as possible. Artillery is now completely open. Actually silence you, because once again you're doing more damage to my own men than to the enemy. There we go. You can break off and get back to where the fun is right now. Looking good. Most units here are... Actually, let's do this. And just get into melee with as many units as possible. Because I think actually most of these guys have routes by now. And what doesn't hit infantry hits artillery. Or it actually doesn't hit artillery, but if we do it like this, it will. Speaking of artillery, we can silence ours. Definitely. And our infantry. So yeah, this is looking good. We only have to take down the remaining units, or as many as possible. Okay, some of the units being reached are just breaking completely. Really, really good. Some of them are walking, interestingly enough. There we go. Turn on fire at will, just be safe. Go after the artillery units so they don't return, even though the cannons are just standing here. So yeah. Really, they should be left behind. And that was basically everything shattering, wasn't it? Yeah, apparently. Also, this shattering, and all that remains is this unit right here, which is not worth doing. So, we absolutely crushed them. There are still many remaining in that army, and they'll probably go on and try to capture Tyrol, which they probably will succeed in. Anything we can do about that? Try to leave the artillery behind. Nope, not happening. God damn. Well, I have to go after them, then. There's some units halting me, interestingly enough. I don't know what units. Or it might be that only Napoleon can actually do that, which is more reasonable, more probable. Yeah, I think that is it for this session. Of course, multiple parts. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm a bit tired right now, so I'm just not gonna do a big ending like I usually do. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.